Yeah. That is a good job because it's often a challenge for me to find
you.
Yes.
Yes.
Often La La Land somewhere. See, I haven't figured this part out yet.
You set it down.
Okay, that's
there you go.
awkward.
You adjust it so you can see your head.
Wrong way. It's
Boom.
like slow-mo.
Then you get coffee. This one's gonna be weird because I'm mixing cold coffee with hot coffee.
It's probably gonna make warm coffee.
Lukewarm coffee. It's weird because now my cup is cold, but
But that doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
No,
it just feels weird.
No,
It matters.
It feels weird because my cup's not warm.
We should ask the internets.
Straight
wait,
to jail.
hold on. Sorry guys.
Oh,
Okay,
hold on.
let's go.
Go.
Let's go to our spot, and then we shall. Vincent, get out of the way. And then we will petition the internets. There's no doubt about it that Vinny and Liz are right and Phil is wrong.
yes,
There's no doubt.
something like that.
Wow, tolerances are
Tight.
Like
not.
a toilet.
not
Vincent.
God dang it! All right,
Oh God.
Liz.
I'm trying. My
You're
hand,
not.
my
You're-
hand was burning. Okay. Not good. It looks weird.
I don't know. Tastes weird. It's a little.
That's because you didn't do the mixy.
I did a little. I don't know.
What did
It's
you?
weird
What did
because-
you do? Everybody is just dying to know.
Oh, they are all dying to know. I had cold coffee mixed with protein powder from after the workout this morning, and I decided I would try after I got through. And it's freaking delicious. God damn it.
What? Wait.
Delicious.
Now it is, or prior to? you
Prior
putting-
to.
Okay.
The cold coffee and the vanilla protein powder is delicious. Anyway, I decided I would just drink half of it and then fill the rest of it up with hot coffee. Now it's like coffee that's been sitting out for a couple hours. It's like lukewarm. It's kind of weird. Still tastes good, but
Yeah.
a little different taste. Anyway,
So if you didn't notice, we have matching cups.
no, they're not matching.
I mean, they're pretty close.
They're similar.
They're similar.
Can we make that
There's some.
nameplate like a permanent fixture to you?
What, that I'm always right?
His new name tag. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just explaining why I'm right.
Yes.
You should wear it as like a Flavor Flav necklace.
Yeah.
Instead of a big clock, it's just got the name tag on it.
But yeah, look at this. This
And
is-
then I should wear mine too.
This is freaking cool.
Yeah.
One of our super awesome customers slash students slash friends, which you don't have to get us gifts to be our friend, by the
Yeah.
way.
I mean,
You just come take classes with us and hang out with us. You become our friends.
gifts are nice.
And this is freaking cool. See, Vincent.
You know, the gifts that we have received have always been very personal.
Yes.
Which are like, you know, it's just cool to be thought of like that.
It's
So,
super cool.
we're very grateful.
I tell you what, she showed up on a day like it couldn't be busier in here for the trainers
Yeah.
at 8:00 in the morning before we open. We have people everywhere trying to get signed in for a very paperwork intensive class, right? Lots of paperwork ahead of time. And like chaos is erupting. And she's just like, here. And I literally grabbed it and was like, thanks. Wait,
What?
what is this? Like, I thought she was just handing me something. I didn't realize it was a
Yes.
gift.
Yeah.
And it was very cool. So, yes, you do not have to get us gifts. If you ask
Stop
Vinny,
it.
Vinny's going to say that if you want to be my friend, you have to buy me gifts.
I mean,
Not true.
I won't say no. Gifts are
However,
always cool.
super friggin' awesome,
Yep.
and we appreciate it greatly. And like you said, it's a very personal thing, so it's really cool. It as weird as it seems to say, it means a lot. It really does.
Heck yeah. We have, and so now we have like mugs for in the showroom, and I got the one that says from Gordon, the Facebook.
Oh
Live
yeah,
that
late Liz.
she- yeah, Liz.
Late Liz.
And I haven't used that one in a while. I'll have to use that. It's got It's got some hollow points in it right now. It does. But, and then we got a travel mug too that's got our stuff on it. So
Phil's got a mug with my face on it.
I do.
A baby
Baby face.
Baby face Vinny on his mug.
Yes, little baby Vinny sitting on my desk. My desk is overrun with cups
Yep.
right now, but that's okay. It's okay. So outside of super awesome gifts and coffee mugs and such, what are we talking about today, Miss Elizabeth?
being a good Samaritan.
Should you be? 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 Should you be?
Should you be?
That sounds weird. That sounds like one word.
Should you
Should you be?
Should you be?
Should you be?
How do you
you be?
spell it?
We're asking you.
No. That's why I jumped the gun and I asked you first. That way you can't ask me.
Should you be?
Should you be? Should you be?
S-U-
There has to be some extra S's in there.
S-U-J.
Should you be? Spell like Vinny. Think about it.
S-U.
Oh, wait, better yet. Don't
Man.
don't think
know how
about
to
it.
do that. Yeah, don't do
If you don't think about it, it makes it easier.
That's really hard to try to spell like Vinny.
It's true. It's actually a skill. You can ask Peggy.
Should you be?
She's seen
Should
it.
you be?
Should you be?
Gotta add some silent letters
Should
in there too.
No, silent letters are stupid. That's how you spell like Vinny. You just get rid of any silent letter and you spell it exactly how it sounds.
Got it.
What's that called?
Vinny spelling?
Oh, no.
Practical,
Practical spelling?
What's
logical.
Simplest.
It
sense.
starts with a P.
English dumb.
It starts with a P.
Starts with a P? No.
Phonetic spelling.
Pathetic.
That's a dumb word
And
too.
Spell it.
It also
No,
has
that's a dumb word.
silent letter. Your name has a silent
I thought we
letter.
were talking about being a good person. How'd this get into spelling?
So it's all about spelling and math.
I thought we were going to be talking about how to be a sane, sober,
Well,
moral, prudent person.
Oh, jeez. You've said that a time or two. I
Yeah, it's
my favorite
I have
word.
tried to re-articulate that, and
It's my favorite.
it's tough.
It's so satisfying.
Sane, sober, moral,
Moral,
prudent,
prudent
person.
person.
Yeah.
Sane, sober, moral, prudent person.
It's
There you go.
such a nice
It's a
ring
mouthful.
to it.
It's a mouthful. Anyway, okay. So what's
Don't do it, Vinny.
I didn't do anything.
You damn sure thought it.
How did you see me?
I didn't even think about it.
He saw me.
We know you didn't think, and I know he was thinking.
He saw my
Because you
face.
said it, so obviously you weren't thinking.
He saw my head. He saw my gears turning.
Yeah. I mean, I heard him first,
He
which
seen
caused
me.
me to gaze at the back of your head, and I could see him go.
He saw me thinking about it. My hamster got running.
Now all I
The
can
wheels turn.
imagine is little hamster legs, big fat belly.
Because of the random shit Liz says.
Big eyes. It's just oh,
You tried so hard.
no. And then it gets tired and goes woo 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 woo.
That's when the math starts.
Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that.
That's
Did I
when
do
the
something?
math starts. I love it. Good job, Liz. You were funny.
Yay.
I'm proud of you.
I have my moments every
Good
once in a
job.
Usual. Damn, you got a head.
I did.
Good job, Vinny.
Vinny lives for head pats.
Yeah.
For head pets. Anyways.
Anyway,
Being
all
a
right.
good person.
No, being a good Samaritan. There's a difference. Because, I mean,
Now I'm curious.
well,
You said it. Fix it.
because sometimes it's not, you want to be a good person. Being a good Samaritan is typically thought of as you're being a good person to help somebody out. I can agree with that. However, is it always the best idea?
No. Not always.
Not always.
What if you're the person in need of a good Samaritan?
I mean, I definitely appreciate somebody to help me.
Yeah.
For sure.
But then, what if that person who stops to help you makes you feel uncomfortable? Is it okay to tell that person, nope, I'm
Yep.
good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why this topic?
So, this morning, leaving the gym, there was a gentleman broke down in the middle of the aisle of the parking lot, and you could tell he was living out of his truck.
100%.
And he even had a kitty in there. This guy always stops and helps people, always. And so, sure enough, he turned over there and asked him if he needed help, and his truck was dead, so he got out his battery pack and Tried to jump it and it wouldn't jump, and
It was dead. It was DED dead.
DED did. Anyway, all kinds of shenanigans ensued in order to get this truck
Oh,
running.
yeah.
But, I had to pull it behind his truck is eventually what it
Well,
got
we-
to.
yeah,
After
we-
three of us tried to push it across the parking lot to get it pop started.
Liz stopped also. So I stopped. I talked to the guy for a second. Then Liz did a U-turn, came back, and her and I pushed him into a parking spot. And so we left the gym, but it's a jiu-jitsu gym. So we're not wearing shoes.
Flip-flops.
Right? We're wearing flip-flops. And trying to push this overloaded pickup truck. I mean, it was everything you can imagine in the back of this pickup truck was in it. So we pushed him to a parking spot, tried to jump him, wouldn't jump. And then one of the other guys from the gym came out and helped us try to pop start it. That thing, well, it wasn't happening.
Woo.
It's in pretty rough shape. We ended up getting him started, right? It doesn't really matter, but we ended up getting him going. So let me ask you this: if you were leaving, that you were the last one to leave the gym, right? Let's say that Professor and maybe a couple other guys are still in the gym, but you're the only person leaving the gym at that moment. Would you have stopped to help him? Probably not. And I wouldn't fault you for that. He's kind of a rough-looking character. I mean, I think you can take it, but
Yeah.
I don't, and I wouldn't begrudging anybody for not helping somebody. Now, what if you pulled up next to him and said, "Hey, what's going on? Oh, my truck just died. Do you have jumper cables or whatever?" An option for you, maybe, if you wanted to, would be to say, "Hold on a second. I don't have anything. I'm not going to help you, right? Like, I can't do anything for you, but I can go back in the gym, and I'm sure there's 4 or 5 guys in there, and one of them's got jumper cables. I'll be right back."
Yep.
You could do that.
That's
and
fine.
not put yourself into any sort of danger with the potential of that person baiting you into trying to help them out.
Yeah.
And or, if it's a different type of situation, hey, I can't personally get out and help you, but I'm happy to call AAA or,
Yeah.
you know,
You want to call somebody for you or whatever.
Call your wife, call your brother, whatever. Give me a phone number. I'll call somebody, see if they can come help you out. So that's an option,
Yeah.
another way to help without having to physically get out and interact with somebody.
Yeah.
I weigh the same options. I like to help people. I know the feeling of being helpless, like this thing that I count on, to push a button or turn a key and it takes me where I want to go, and all of a sudden it doesn't work. You feel pretty helpless all of a sudden, and I like to help people continue on their day if I can at all. I certainly don't always stop. If I've got somewhere that I have to be and I can't be late, I feel bad driving by somebody who's stranded on the side of the road when I'm fairly certain that I could lend a hand.
Yeah.
I'm also hesitant about it. I think we've talked about this on the live before, especially if it's a woman. I'm hesitant because I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable. I don't know, a year ago or so, my boys and I were going up to their high school to, play soccer or something. I don't know what we were doing. And we must have just been picking something up because we drove by, saw a lady stranded in a parking lot, went to the school, did whatever it is we were going to do, and on our way back, she was still there, so we stopped on the way back, and I stopped 15 yards away from her and rolled the window down, and I didn't want to get out of the car because I didn't want to do anything to make her feel uncomfortable, and just to ask if she wanted help. And she did, and you could tell she was a little hesitant at first, and I think, honestly, the fact that I had 2 boys, younger boys with me, not a car full of men, that she felt a little bit more comfortable and said, "Yeah, sure, I'll take some help," and needed a jump, and we got her jumped, and that was the end of the day.
Just like that chick that was after the women's self-defense workshop that we did at Gracie, same parking lot, which is down the street and next to the Hobby Lobby and the Schnucks. And she had just left the little seminar, and she was just kind of waiting for a ride out there, and he stopped just roll down his window real quick, like, hey, do you need a ride or do you need help? Or I don't remember what you said, but
Yeah, I asked
she
if
said,
she-
no, I'm good. And
I just
that was
asked if she was, I said, are you okay? Are you waiting for somebody? Yeah, I'm waiting for somebody. And I said, do you want me to wait with you?
Oh,
She said, no, I'll be okay. I'm just going to go hang out in Chinooks. I said, okay, it's no big deal. I said, I don't even have to get out of the car. I will sit in the parking lot and just wait here if you want me to. She said, no, I'll be fine. I'm just going to go into Chinooks and walk around until my ride gets here. And at that point, I'm not going to force myself into that situation. Say, no, I'm just going to park here and watch you, right?
right, sure. But it was
weird.
nice that you offered that,
Yeah.
like, especially, you know.
And I don't feel bad if somebody turns it down. If
Yeah.
they don't feel comfortable, or they just it's maybe not that she didn't feel comfortable. She just simply didn't need help.
Yeah.
Right? That's fine. I'm not going to take any offense to that. It doesn't bother me. Even if she physically needs something, but she doesn't feel comfortable taking that from me, that's okay. That's no big deal. It doesn't insult me at all. And if it does,
That's bad.
you're a jerk.
Well, here's the thing is like, as a woman or anybody really, if you set a boundary and you say no thank you to somebody, a good person is not going to flip a switch and start hurting you because you said no. Like,
Yeah.
that's not usually the case. But I think it's nice when someone does offer their help, but then they don't push it uncomfortably so. Like when you say no and then they just keep going and keep going and keep going. Like, it's different options, sure. But if they keep pushing the subject, then it's like, why are you pushing this so hard?
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah, I'll
just
usually
ask why. You
If
know?
somebody tells me no, no, thank you, I'm good. My ride's already on the way, or whatever. My husband's right around the corner with jumper cables. I might ask again, like, hey, are you sure? Yep, cool. Then done. All right, I'm not going to push it. If you don't want or need the help, that's totally okay.
Good morning, Jenny.
Good morning.
Andy. Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Jeff.
morning.
Good morning. Ritz. Good
Oh
morning.
my goodness.
Everybody's here.
I do. I call my aunt Diane. Do.
Why does your family only say hi to you?
Yeah.
That's not very nice.
Because
Yeah.
I'm the cool one.
Oh.
You both look at me like, yeah, right. So one time, another thing to think about, let's say I'm going down the highway and I see a young lady stranded on the side of the road, and, much less somebody for me to worry about as someone who could hurt me, pretending to need help or something like that. Not to say it's a perfect science by any means. Sometimes
Sure.
there has actually been cases where they are used as bait
Yeah.
almost. Not
Not almost.
It's
Yeah,
like
it is.
true. And, obviously we're talking about this and we're bringing attention to just the specific situations that turn into bad things. Most of the time that's not going to happen, but you still have to be aware that it could happen. Because if you think that everybody's fine and dandy and nothing could ever happen, then that you'd be caught behind the curve if something ever did happen, God forbid. So just something to think about. But let's say that there is a young lady stranded on the side of the road, and I had the time, I had the ability. Would I pull over on the side of a highway to potentially help her? Yeah. What if I had my 6-year-old in the car? Nope. What if I had my 15-year-old in the car? Probably not. Mostly because I don't want to stop on the side of the highway with my kids in the car and put them in danger of being in a car accident. So, yes, I want to help somebody, but risk assessment is important for yourself and for your family. And then the same goes for if you're shopping somewhere or you're out in public and something goes down or you witness someone being hurt by another individual. Could you come to save the day? Potentially. But for one, do you know what you're getting into? Do you know the whole situation? And could you involve yourself in a physical altercation that could turn onto you and get you hurt? Could this turn into a legal fight afterwards because you didn't realize who is the aggressor and who is the victim? And then you end up assaulting somebody who is actually the victim in that case. So you have to kind of ask yourself those questions ahead of time, because if you are a high responder, somebody that is likely to go to somebody's aid, you have to make these decisions ahead of time, because if, God forbid, you did involve yourself in something and stuff went sideways, what are your options, and why did you involve yourself in it to begin with? And then what are you going to do in the process? Because, I'm sure that you would come to somebody's aid in one circumstance, but not in another.
Now I see your
Hey, guys.
family saying hi.
Hey, guys.
Good morning. So it's interesting. This weekend I was teaching CCW, and I had Mo in my class. So Mo is one of our store employees here, and he's kind of making a transition into the training side of things. So he was hanging out with me in class, and we had a pretty quiet class. We had a full class. We had 24 people in it, but pretty quiet. A bunch of good people, but just not asking a lot of questions. When we got to the law stuff, so it wasn't a ton. And Mo asked me about it. He's like, man, so like, how do you get this? How do you prompt these things? How do you get them to interact a little bit more? I said, just wait, just watch. This is what's going to happen. So we start talking about one of these exact type of situations is what if, but then would you help me if this? And then somebody's like, oh yeah, I'd help. And the other person's like, oh, I don't know, maybe not. And well, but how do I know who did, why would I help you and not help him? And well, how do you know who started? And it turned into this whole thing. And all of a sudden people are like talking, right? All over the place. And you start seeing how complex and complicated a simple thing can be. And it's important to think about it ahead of time. Like you just said, you got to think about those situations ahead of time and try to give yourself options to decide on rather than figuring out a course of action in the moment.
So I have kind of a story from somebody who's within my close friendship circle, and I'm not going to give a ton of details because I don't want to give wrong details, but I'll give big picture. This person was hanging out at a local bar, and I want to give you a precursor that this person is not like the type of person who's a bar brawler or anything like that. They're very mild-mannered individual and just enjoying themselves at a bar. The bar owner was a friend of his and had asked him to escort somebody out that didn't need to be there. It's like, hey, would you mind asking him to leave? And he obliged and didn't think anything of it because, he's a good person. So for him to ask somebody to leave someplace, it's like, well, he would get up and leave. And I'm not sure what's going on in his head. I'm just making broad assumptions here. So he goes over to ask these people to leave, this one person primarily, and that person also had two other people with them. So all three of them stood up and got very close in his face and said, what are you going to do about it? At that point, it was very clear that they were going to be aggressive towards him, and he decided to pepper spray them. The pepper spray basically started the next series of events, and they got into a physical altercation, of which one of the guys grabbed his arm, the other guy grabbed his leg, and then someone got behind him and put him in a rear naked choke. Things progressed from there, and he ended up drawing a knife and putting it in the guy's face, and the guy dropped everything, and they all went away. So thankfully, things ended the way that they did, but he was feeling like he was losing consciousness from that rear naked choke, which is absolutely a possibility within seconds. And he engaged with somebody to ask them to leave based off of someone requesting this, and everything seems pretty copacetic. Like, that doesn't seem like a far off request. And things escalated on their part unnecessarily. That was absolutely uncalled for. And everything happened as well as it could have. Obviously, it could have been much worse. But then you kind of go back and ask yourself the question, because, could he have said, no, pass that on to somebody else? Maybe we need to call the cops to get them out. Of course. And I know that he's looked back at that times and be like, I would have, maybe stayed out of it. But the way that it happened was just awful. And, afterwards, he's gotten heat from them, like somebody that's continuing to harass him. And that's freaking awful. Like, what do you do with that? So, you want to be a helpful person. You want to be that good person, but what other consequences could come from that? And like I said, he wouldn't have expected anything like that. And that's the way it went. So yeah, I'm glad everything worked out. But
we talk about that a lot, that people don't realize that bad people will do bad things because you're a good person. And if somebody asked you to leave, you might question it, like, well, why? Why do I have to leave? But eventually you would do it. You wouldn't stand up and punch somebody in the face because they asked you to leave. but some people will. And it'd be interesting to find out if he had any of that sort of stuff running through his head. Like if you've ever worked in that type of environment, well then you know that, hey, I'm going to ask this person to leave, and they're going to do one of two things. They're going to say, all right, cool, dude. They're going to start yelling at me, or they're going to spit on me, or punch me, or assault me somehow, and I need to be ready for that. And if you're caught off guard by that third option, well, that's when things can go sideways. If you can say, okay, if they put hands on me, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to disengage. Like, dude, listen, I'm just going to go over there and get the bouncer, or I'm going to go get the owner, or I'm going to go get somebody else. I'm not going to physically drag you out of here. I'm just going to go, hey, dude, cool. You sit down, hang out. I'm going to leave.
Yeah. And I think he expected the pepper spray to work.
Yeah.
And it didn't.
Nope.
You know, after the fact, they were all in tears and pain and everything. But in the heat of that moment, when there's alcohol and adrenaline involved, there's a good chance that it's not going to work. At least not to the extent of just, making everybody stop. So
The one thing I always bring up with pepper spray, batons, tasers, all that stuff, it's nice to have the stuff, but put it in context of why do law enforcement use it? To gain control of someone to be able to arrest them. You're not trying to arrest anybody. Really, the only purpose for, say, me using pepper spray is to try to get away from someone.
Yeah.
He's trying to do the opposite of that at that moment. He's trying to pepper spray them to get them, one, to not attack him in the first place.
That was the
attack
goal
him in
of
the
pepper
first
spray.
place, but it's to get them out of the building.
I think
the ultimate goal is to get them to go away. But the problem is, most of the time when law enforcement are using pepper spray, tasers, and batons, their goal is not to make the person go away. Their goal is to get on top of that person, to gain control of it. That's really why they're called pain compliance.
Yeah.
To gain control, to then arrest them. We're not trying to arrest people.
He was not trying. I know when the pepper spray came out, that was okay. I'm disengaging. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
He wasn't pushing for it that hard. It was again, hopefully a simple ask to be like, hey, get out of here. And when they aggressively got in his face and told him that, they showed everything that they were about to get physical with him. He used the physical force to shut down the imminent threat, and then he had no goals of getting them to be compliant at that point. But with law enforcement, absolutely, that makes sense to try to get them to stop fighting so you can put them in cuffs. So, let's see. Consider the situation being a bar, alcohol, drunks. Chances are more likely to go south. It happened in a grocery store, more likely to help. Yep.
It is true.
So, yeah. Anyway, so
You gotta ask yourself, is it worth it?
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, and I like for people to be good people.
Yep.
Obviously.
I
would much
I
prefer that.
good people.
Right. Being a good person doesn't mean you have to stop and help everybody.
Nope.
Doesn't mean you have to give a hand to everybody who's asking for a hand. It means that you should try occasionally, and maybe that's in different ways. Maybe, for me, that could be stopping on in the parking lot and trying to help somebody push start your car. That might not be you, right? It doesn't bother me that people don't all jump in to help. What bothers me is people who just don't care, right?
Yeah.
That annoys me. Or look at somebody and turn your nose up at them just because of one thing or another. Or I'm not helping because that's beneath me. You're a jerk.
Yeah.
But just because you don't stop to help doesn't mean you're a jerk,
Yeah.
right?
I saw this video on, speaking of, what was that John Correa line? Sane, sober,
Sane,
moral,
prudent
person. He says it all the time. Anyway, it was one of his videos, and it was this young lady, I think it was over in China, I think, in a parking garage, and she was just getting annihilated by her boyfriend, just dragging her around by her hair and punching her and kicking her. I mean, everything he could possibly do to hurt her, and minus using any weapons, thankfully. And there were people standing on the other side of like the door, watching, and she was like, you could tell she was pleading for their help, and they just watched. There was multiple of them. They could have easily overcome him. He wasn't a big guy or anything. He was bigger than she was, but they just watched. That is disgusting.
Yeah.
I think that they could have had 3-second conversation is like, are we all in this together to help her? Let's go and go out there together. But
that's stuff you got to think about ahead of time, though.
And nobody, not everybody is necessarily going to be that good Samaritan and come to your aid. And I think that's a huge reason why taking your safety into your own hands and taking responsibility for that is important, because just like that video, or just like, the only person passing by you that day is a lady by themselves, and they're not going to involve themselves in something like that. Like, it could be whatever, but don't expect somebody to come to your aid like what you see in the movies. You see that in the movies all the time, and it subconsciously gives you this idea that you're going to be saved, or that law enforcement is right around the corner and they're everywhere and they see everything and they're going to come to your aid. And that's just not the case. And it's, especially with just this past weekend with all the people, protesting and everything like that. And I didn't hear of anybody getting violent, luckily, at least not in St. Louis. But, tornadoes or any other natural disaster that can put stress on first responders, and roads shut down or paths shut down to where they can't get to you that fast, or people are worried about their own safety that they're not able to come to yours. Like, it's better to have your own abilities, to not rely on other people, because it's not always going to happen. So
Yeah.
And that doesn't just mean carry a gun. That means carrying medical and having medical training. That means keeping a dang fire extinguisher in your house and having a plan if your house catches on fire, So there's a lot more to, being prepared in that way than just carrying a gun with you.
Yes.
For sure.
And we talked about this a lot in CCW class on Saturday. Of just because you got a gun on you doesn't mean anything either. Nope. Just coming in here and buying a med kit doesn't mean you're prepared.
Yes.
Right? Like, okay, I come in and buy a whole bunch of ammo, but I don't have anything to put it. Like, it doesn't. Ammo is really cool, right? So are guns. So is medical supplies. So is tire irons and whatever else you need, right? To have tools, but you got to know how to use them, also.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
And not every tool is right for all the jobs either.
That's true.
I know, that's why I said it.
Oh, right.
Got her.
Okay. I have an idea, but
What?
it's almost your birthday, so I'll save it for that.
That's not good.
Hit them with a half-cocked Judy chop. Perfect.
Noted.
That's funny. Okay.
So, bottom line is, be a good person if you want to be.
Yeah.
No, be a good person all the time.
Yes.
Be a good Samaritan. Help somebody else out if you
can.
have the ability and you want to, and it feels right in that situation. If you're the one that needs help, don't be afraid to accept it, but also don't be afraid to tell somebody no.
Yep.
And if you tell somebody no, you set a boundary. You set the wall. If they step around it, over it, or run through it, that's go time for you. And whatever that may be, go time might be
Drive
calling
away.
cops, call time. Yeah, go time might be driving away. Go time might be kicking somebody right in a tooth. Right? They
Just
only have
one tooth.
One tooth. One individual tooth. So in other words, the answer is yes and the answer is no.
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
No.
But no. But yes. Depends.
Brent says carry a shovel in your car during snow.
Yes. Who said that?
Brent.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. Among other things, like
I think we
Wait, but
talked
what kind of
blanket
shovel?
and
What kind of shovel? We talking
water.
about them flat shovels?
I
them
don't
pointy
care.
shovels? Talking
I
about them
dug
small
out so
shovels,
many
serrated
people
shovels?
I like
with-
the flat. What do they call the straight ones?
The square
the little
square
holders.
shovels. Wait, what about rectangle shovels?
Yes.
Uh,
Those are good too.
Yeah, the
Wait,
rectangle. That's what I was thinking.
but rectangle shovels have a point, so they're not really
No,
a
they
rectangle.
don't.
They have a point,
No, they
Some
don't.
do, some
Some
don't.
do.
If it's a rectangle shovel, it doesn't have a point.
but they have like a
What's the
sloping
shape
curve.
called? That's a mostly a rectangle, but has it's attached to a triangle.
Trapezoidal?
I don't know.
I just made a word up.
But yes, in the friggin' snow, I dug out so many people. Literally, they were just sitting in their car. Like, somebody will come save me.
Hopefully you don't run out of gas. Oh, keep your gas tank full too.
Yes. I showed up and would push people out of snowbanks because I had a shovel, little bitty shovel, little e-tool shovel. I would dig out the snow and then give them a little shove, and then there they go.
you say e-tool? Is that
I
like the
knew that
brand
was
or
coming.
Yeah.
The second you said it, I saw the freaking
Well,
gears turning.
E-tool.
Nowadays,
Entrenching tool.
Yes. means electronics. so I
Yeah, it's
was
not
like,
an electronic shovel.
It's weird, but
I wonder if they have electronic shovels.
surely they do by now.
I'm sure they do.
Let's ask AI.
I mean, they have hydraulic shovels.
No, I want a shovel that moves my arms for me.
Okay. Well, you'll probably find you one.
Yeah, for sure.
Jackpot.
For sure. We'll ask ChatGPT.
Okay.
To trap.
Checking comments.
All right.
So-
What else?
I dug several people out with my e-tool back in December.
Heck yeah.
E-tool.
E-tool.
I kind of want to go get my car stuck.
Half
Just so I can
tangle.
call Phil.
Half tangle.
Half a tangle.
Half angle. Half a fangle.
Half ang-
Oh, that's the
That's
Oh, how
you're all
Tangle.
making like
half coal. Half a tingle.
half a tingle.
Half a tingle.
That's weird.
oh good lord, especially with all them throat noises. Sorry.
Don't have those. Nobody likes throat noises. Nobody.
Those Mongolian throat singers like the never mind, I'm done. I'm done.
What?
You know exactly. You've seen those Mongolian
Nope.
throat singers.
I need a demo. Make the noises.
Actually, Vinny, you've done it before. Do it.
No.
Do it.
No. Now I'm nervous.
Come on, Liz.
No.
No, I
No,
don't
yeah.
know.
My knees are weak.
I don't even remember what it sounds like. It's such a weird noise. It's weird.
Do it, Vinny.
No. My knees are weak. My arms are getting heavy.
Mom spaghetti.
I'm vomiting on my sweater already.
Let's hear it.
Anyway. Do it.
No. Do I look Mongolian?
I don't know.
Not allowed
don't
to.
know.
It's a crime.
All right.
Anyways, leave you on half an angles.
Entrenching toolets. Thank you, Brent.
Yes.
Always count on you guys. Skid loader.
That's a
You keep that in your
hydraulic
trunk?
shovel.
Oh, yeah.
Morning from Pennsylvania.
Oh, good morning. That's my Aunt Barb. We
Hi,
call it-
Aunt Barb.
We call it Grant
Force
Snarby.
reset shovel.
Grant Snarby.
Fully semi-automatic.
Force reset shovel.
I need a
Uh-oh.
fully semi-automatic shovel.
ATF will be here in any minute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah,
never mind.
yep. Said the same thing. Never mind. Leave that alone. I'll get in trouble.
Okay.
You got
What
anything
all we
else?
got?
Or are we gonna let these people get back to
Do
the
we have any
regular
like cool
scheduled lives?
specials happening?
We do have here sometime very soon, and the date is escaping me. I don't know when, but we have a blood drive.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it's
yeah.
this week.
I just saw it up there, June 17th.
Hold on a second. Oh, June 17th.
Did you-
Okay.
Tuesday, June 17th.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. How about that?
So I don't know how you could probably find an event or something on our Facebook page about it. Maybe
Blood
you can
drives.
find some info on our website about it as well. But yeah, get signed up for that. I know they had a bunch of open seats. Better to sign up than just to show up. You can just show up as well. But so tomorrow they'll be here from like 8 to noon or 10 to noon or. Gosh dang it! Hold on a second.
Gotta have the sound
Sound
effects.
effects. Sound effects make it way better.
He has a lot of sound effects. We should have him do the little raindrop noise.
Oh, the raindrop one. Those
Did
are
it-
those are scary. Yo, he did a 360. Shit was
All right, 10 to, this says 10 to 2, but I think it's 10 to 1. But here,
Well,
you can
enough.
screenshot that and then take a picture of it.
And then
Or
flip it around backwards.
You don't have to flip it around backwards.
to use
just
the QR code.
Use the QR code.
But what if the QR code's backwards? Is that
Yeah,
you
I
get the
wonder
wrong
if it would
website?
You
work.
gotta
like
you gotta
that.
turn your phone upside down in order to take the picture of it.
Oh.
Do we still have the 5-volt targets to get the tack ops?
Yes,
so.
I think so. I think that's going on all month.
Buy
I
a
believe so.
Buy a $5 Stop it. Buy a $5 5 bullseye target.
And shoot it.
We have specific ones.
Yes.
And then you rent the P365 X Macro Tac Ops. You shoot 5 bullets that we've given you, and you hit one on each bullseye, and then you get points.
Well,
However many
you-
points. Well,
you try-
your goal is to get
You
points.
try to hit the bullseye.
And
try.
the more points you get, the more tickets you get. And members get double tickets.
And the more tickets you get, the more chance you have of winning
The
free
tack
gun,
ups,
which
yeah.
is cool.
I forgot to
So
mention
it costs you
that.
$5.
Yeah.
And you have a chance to
Win a gun.
win a tack ops.
One of your regular students, Finn, I see him every day. He's shooting that.
Really?
Yep.
I like it.
I bet he wins it.
I like it.
He's here every day doing it.
It'll be the person that just like
Does
close
it
their eyes
one
and
I know.
wow.
Got one ticket
Yeah.
in there and they
Yeah.
happen to win. That's usually how it goes.
What else?
I don't know. We put me on the spot, and I don't have a Charles out here.
You haven't yelled for Charles
I
in a
know.
while.
Charles!
I don't think he's here.
Charles is here.
Good morning from Babbler State Park. I'm teaching campers about the fun of 10 air rifles.
Nice.
Sweet.
That's dope.
I didn't know
Yeah.
they did that at Babbler.
Nice, right?
I like
Happy late
Babbler's
birthday,
one of
too.
my favorite places to go ride my bike because it's a ton of freaking hills. Oh my goodness.
Sounds awful.
Like my gravel bike. You can't ride on the trails out there. They got some good hiking trails too, but
Sounds awful.
it is
There he is.
a whole bunch. There's the Charles.
You want to do the drawing?
I want to do the drawing.
When is the
when's
drawing? No, that's the Father's. You're talking about the Father's Day drawing.
The Father's Day drawing.
Oh, I can do that.
You can do that right now?
Yeah.
Okay, do it.
Right now?
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
What am I doing? What am I
We really
responsible
weren't
for?
This
prepared
just
for
escalated.
This escalated quick.
Okay, you want us to come over there?
No, I'll bring the camera over here.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, apparently that's happening now.
All right,
Yes.
so we're gonna draw
So
for the
we're gonna
Father's
draw.
And I broke
Day. Good job.
it. It left the lid under it.
Oh,
Good job,
I
Charles.
thought you-
Grabbed it and the lid just went flying.
Broke it.
Okay.
Should we
so
go show
how-
the thing we're
how-
giving away? Should we go
Yes.
show the thing?
No.
Okay. I'll go get that.
Get-
no, I'll just bring the
Oh, no,
thing.
we'll
Yeah.
bring this over there.
yeah, we'll bring
Okay.
this
Go
over.
that way.
Hopefully I don't mess this up.
I'm gonna
We're walking.
I'm going to mix up all the tickets.
So far it's working. Yeah, make sure he doesn't cheat.
Yeah. keep
Oh no, where'd it go?
What? Charles,
Charles.
what's going on? Are we following you or no?
I mean, we are now.
Okay.
We're on the way.
Make sure Phil's not cheating back there. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna flip the camera around.
Sweet.
Oh,
We
Yep.
have this great Weber grill
nice.
that's
all the goodies.
lab in matte black. We've got a
Whoa.
bunch of goodies in there.
This
Nice.
stuff needs to be removed before you turn anything on or set anything on fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got web-mounted flashlights.
So this is a Holosun PID. We've got some cleaning supplies also that are going to be part of the kit. Some little stuff here. 5 boxes of 9mm ammo
Sweet.
and a 1-year membership to the range.
Whoa.
Dang.
Dang.
And the grill.
And the grill.
The only catch is you gotta cook us all steaks.
Okay.
Or at least hamburgers.
That's,
And a hat.
please.
Okay.
And you gotta wear the
how
hat.
did how did people get entered to this? Over the weekend, right?
Over the weekend, everybody came in from Friday to Sunday, and just for showing up, they got a free ticket. If they purchased $100 worth of stuff in the store, they got an extra ticket. So
Nice.
no purchase was necessary, but you could get 2 tickets. So,
Uh-oh, I just dropped one.
oh, was that the winning ticket?
I don't know, it could be.
There's another one behind you.
Alright.
There's another one right there.
Oh,
Okay. Alright, we're gonna draw this out of here.
Uh-oh. Who got it?
I guess that's Caleb. Caleb.
Caleb.
On the grill.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
So
Caleb.
you hold on to that. We'll call you.
Yeah.
Should we publish his number on the?
here, let's show it.
So
Poor
we'll
Caleb.
give Caleb a call. Caleb will get to come in and pick up all his goodies and grill us some hamburgers at least, maybe steaks.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Bring a truck.
Very cool. Thank you, Charles. So wait, hold on. While we got Charles,
Okay.
what we have going on is
We talked
still
about
what
the
deals we have going on.
Well, we still have the TAC packs and the TAC Pros, which are at a deep discount. Then you can also win a 320 TAC Ops downstairs.
365.
365 TAC Ops.
Yes.
So if you go downstairs and you get, a target that costs $5, and then we'll give you a TAC Ops pistol and 5 rounds, and you'll be able to shoot at 5 different bottles on the target. You have to hit as many points as possible on there, and when you do that, you will get the appropriate number of tickets for a drawing, which is going to be taking place on July 1st.
And how many times can you do that?
You can do that once a day.
Once a day. $5 a day, and you have a chance of winning a 365 Jack House. Blood drive. How do people sign up for the blood drive?
The blood drive, I'm going to have to call, or actually they're going to be calling me this morning because we only had 6 signups, and we're not sure that they're going to be doing it.
Oh, gosh dang it. Okay.
So we're going to look at that.
Stand
We'll let
by.
you know later on today or tomorrow.
So if they were going to sign up, how can they, is there anything on our website?
Yeah, there's stuff on our website that you could go, if you go on the website.
Go sign up.
On the homepage,
Point,
there's a
double
QR
fingers.
code that's right there that you can scan and sign up. Or there's also a link that you can just click and sign up.
So go sign up, come out, lose blood. Okay? Lose blood the right way.
Lose blood, save lives.
Yes, lose blood, save
Lose
lives.
blood, save
All
lives.
right, let's go back over to our perks, Elizabeth.
Okay, go. Start walking.
What?
I'm just kidding. Okay.
You gonna follow us?
I'm trying to push the button without
I don't-
messing it
I
up.
don't need people looking at my butt. Vinny, what? Why are you looking at my butt?
Vinny's trying to sell classes.
We are matchy.
You guys.
Come on.
Hold on.
Come on.
Uh-oh. Hold on. I turned the thing sideways. Hold on.
Oh, look at that.
There it goes. You guys are so goofy.
Matchy.
You do match. You planned that, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We coordinated outfits.
Yes, we had to.
Proud of you.
Them's the rules.
Okay. Let's see if we got any. I'm sure comments are bound to come after that one.
One of the first comment that pops up was hot dogs.
Hot dog.
Hot dogs.
We're talking about grilling hot dogs, not
Chicago
about
style.
looking at hot dogs.
Oh, for the grill. Okay.
Yes, for the
Chicago
grill,
I want to
Elizabeth.
look at a hot dog. Don't look at hot dogs. That's weird.
Oh no.
You can eat a hot dog, but no looking at hot dogs.
Your mother is listening.
Oh no, Peggy's here.
Okay,
Hi, Peggy.
so
Hi, Mom.
if you grill hot dogs,
Burn them.
that was one of the questions I was going to ask. They do need to be charred on the outside, in my opinion.
Yes.
What about toppings? Is it just like ketchup, mustard, or do you like
100% depends
everything
on the day.
on top?
What a bare minimum barbecue sauce.
You got to say it right.
The BBQ.
Was it a Chili's? Yeah, it was the Chili's commercial where the guy does it really deep. You got to say it.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
I don't even remember it.
They sing the Chili's baby back ribs part, and then he goes barbecue sauce. I'll show you. You can do it next time.
No,
'cause
it's-
it'll
I
be
don't
perfect
know.
for your tone of voice.
I
don't
all
even
I
remember it.
and this is so stupid, but all I can think of when I hear barbecue sauce is the freaking with Turbo, the snail movie.
Yes. Do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a part where the fat snail goes barbecue sauce.
That's what. Maybe that's what it's from. I know Chili's did it too, but that's hilarious.
It's either barbecue sauce or ketchup, unless you're feeling adventurous.
that's-
And then it would be.
You're never
ketchup,
coming to my
mustard,
house ever
relish.
again.
I do what I want. Wait,
I actually don't
we
mind
got
barbecue
beef-
sauce
we
on a
got-
hot dog,
We got
but
beef with ketchup.
Mayonnaise,
Okay, no man.
ketchup, mustard, pickles, not relish. That's sweet relish. Yeah, pickles.
You can get unsweet relish.
Yeah, you can get dill relish.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
just delicious.
That's
But
probably better.
yeah, I like to put especially big chunks of onion,
Onion
lots
is
of
good.
cheese,
Cheese.
mustard, no ketchup. Blech.
Did I say mustard? I meant.
I think you did. I think you said
You did.
mustard, ketchup, and mayo.
Yeah.
I don't mind mayo,
No, on
It's like a hamburger.
but definitely I like. I mean, red onion. I won't do. I mean, I will do white onion or yellow onion too, but red onion, big chunks all over the top of it, like stuff falling off of it when you eat it. It's delicious. I love it. Tomatoes. I like tomatoes on there too.
This is starting to sound like a burger.
I know.
But
it is.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a hot dog.
It's okay.
Hot dog.
It's a hot
Hot
dog.
dog.
It's a hot dog.
Hot dog.
It's a hot dog.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I want a hot dog.
Oh,
I
I
know.
want a hot dog.
Well, when you say it like that,
Okay,
Not
fine.
Vinny
what
is
you
wrong.
said, but how you said it.
You look rumpled. Yes, banana peppers. I agree.
And bacon.
Ketchup is the
Bacon,
tool of the
bacon.
devil. No, ketchup's delicious.
No, ketchup is.
White people got beef with ketchup.
No, my 6-year-old goes through like a half a bottle of ketchup
My
a day.
12-year-old does too.
Like I don't need a lot of it, but I do like ketchup.
I love
I don't
ketchup.
got
I
beef with
actually
it.
don't mind it on a
got
hot dog,
beef.
but I will never put it on there. I just
That's
won't do
because
it.
you're wrong.
If I'm only gonna do one thing, like if I'm somewhere else and I don't want to make a big mess, it's just
Mustard.
mustard. And lots of mustard, but
I feel like mustard.
oh man, hot dogs are freaking delicious.
God, I want a hot
Okay, because I know what we're having for lunch.
Yep.
hot dogs.
Let's go over to my
Hot
house and
dogs.
grill hot dogs.
Okay.
Go
Jackpot.
do it.
All right.
Oh wait, we gotta work.
Oh.
Okay, we gotta go. Or at least I gotta go. You guys can stay here and do this thing, but I gotta go.
Okay.
Um,
Mustard, ketchup, sweet relish.
I don't like the sweet.
QT is across the street. They have good hot dogs.
It's true.
I never
new
had a hot dog.
shirt.
You know what happens when you say things like
Oh
that?
no. We're talking about.
Oh no!
I don't know why I did that. Your mom just yelled at me, right? Right in the phone. Philip! I could hear it from St. Joe.
Awesome.
Mom is gonna be aka disappointed.
Oh man.
All right, so
Sorry.
I'm
Sorry,
going away.
Peggy.
So are you guys going away?
Yeah.
Or are you guys going to do this all on your own?
We gotta go.
Okay, we gotta go.
We gotta
All
work
right. If you guys want to come hang out with us and participate in the shenanigans, or if you happen to be Caleb, who won the grill and all the goodies, you're going to come out to 14803 Manchester Road in beautiful and
Oh,
rainy, I guess.
you threw me off there. I was like, I wasn't ready. You said if you want to, never mind. Go, continue.
Beautiful Baldwin, Missouri. We are open 10 to 8 Monday through Friday, Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 10 to 6. If you guys need something, come see us. You guys stay safe. Be nice to one another. I'll catch you soon. Hit the frickin' button already, Elizabeth.